As an entrepreneur, it can be really scary and stressful sometimes to not know what's going to happen in the future in the business or how things are going to lay out. And as a coach to other entrepreneurs, executives, and leaders of organizations and professionals in their careers, it's tough for me to make predictions about how things are going to lay out and what's actually going to happen in the future for their business or organization or career. But what I have learned from all along the journey is that the only thing that I can't guarantee is that each of us are going to experience setbacks and we're going to experience disappointments along the journey. And I've had a few setbacks and disappointments over the last year in my career and business that really would have shut me down a couple of years ago mentally and emotionally and would have majorly even discouraged me as a coach. But now I'm understanding that they're part of the process, and they're part of the process of growth and development that actually lead to more success and more satisfaction and more enjoyment in the process. And instead of blaming or bargaining with the disappointments, I now take time to heed the lessons to learn from them. And even though they may be painful, I've got to let go of the way that I think things should look, and forgive myself for not being perfect and not knowing everything, and then move into acceptance of what is. And it's taken me some time and some inner work over the last few years to get to a better place in this process, but I've learned that it is a crucial part of the process of growth and development so that we can experience more success and more satisfaction in business and life. So I want to share today with you a couple of those lessons that I've learned that have taught me how to stay positive in the face of those setbacks and disappointments along the way, so that hopefully you will be encouraged by that and that you can even experience more enjoyment and have more success and satisfaction in your life and in your career and your business. The first lesson that I've learned is that your business and your career is not who you are, and your value and your worth is not tied to the success of your business or your career. That is completely independent of, and that your self-worth and your identity are because of who you are and not what you do, not because of your performance and your achievement. And if we tie our self-worth and our value to our performance, it's going to be an ongoing struggle because our efforts are never going to feel like enough. There's always going to be more that we can do, and always more to do. And it's never going to feel like enough, and we're never going to feel like enough. But instead, it's important to know that our true identity lies in the fact that we are beloved children of God, and that He adores us, and that we are loved, and there's so much good for us every day. And that we can just be who we are and be free in that, and be mindful of the things that we are good at. Be understanding of the things that we do bring to the table and our strengths and the progress that we are making moving forward. And the unique impact that we make in the world in the ways that we bring ourselves every day into other people's lives. So instead of focusing on what you're doing and that as your true worth, and what your success is and your achievement is as your true worth, instead, in the face of those disappointments and the setbacks, remember who you really are and enjoy the things that you're so good at, and enjoy just who you are uniquely you. Lesson number 2, individual events don't determine your success or your failure. And when an employee leaves, or you have a disgruntled client, or you spend money on a project that you thought was going to have a desired effect and it doesn't happen that way, or you don't get the promotion that you wanted, or the account or the client that you thought you should have, that can feel really disheartening. But the reality is that the career and business success that we experience is the culmination of many little tiny setbacks and many little tiny successes along the way. And we need both in order to be successful and feel the satisfaction of the process. It's time to remember, though, that all of those things there are things that are going good in your life and in your career and in your business, and there are progresses that you've made and you're not where you used to be. Then we can look at what actually happened and determine what we can do differently in the future to get the result that we do desire. Lesson number 3 is that your business and your career is a journey and not a destination. You're never going to feel like you've arrived. There is no perfect formula. There's always going to be more, and there's always going to be somebody that's doing it better or differently than you are, and you're never going to get it all right because you're not fully in control of everything. So even though there are paths to follow and there are things to do that make us more successful and that lead us into the right direction, there is no right or wrong, and we've got to be able to follow our heart and really follow our intuition and trust that, so that we can determine along the way what is the next move for us in the direction that we would like to go along the journey. And then we can appreciate and be present in the journey. And finally, it's not all about you. The good and the bad is not directly because of you. It's not because you're right or you're wrong, or you're any less loved or any better or worse than anyone else. The good news is that it just is sometimes, and that we just got to learn how to maneuver around those setbacks that will get us closer to what we really want if we're open to learning from them. We've all got much to learn in life and business and in our careers, but we've got to be grateful for those valuable lessons. And the setbacks and the disappointments are hard and painful, but they are such an important part of the process that enable us to be more successful and profitable moving forward. And then we can even begin to appreciate even more and enjoy even the smallest of those wins on the other side.